Be sure to apply through, I'm sorry, I lost my place. Be sure to apply through Jatin Sidhu and Shobit Bahal. Our keynote speaker tonight is founder and president of GodBrands Limited. Her name is Nicola Middleton. She believes that this is where marketing can step in as a guiding light, reflecting the sentiments of society and shaping our collective narrative. Please welcome her as she sheds light on this today. The topic she will be speaking on is humanity reinventing ourselves, the role of marketing. Please welcome to the stage Nicola Middleton.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a good lunch. Everyone had some food, because I hope to give you some more food, but this is not food for our bodies. This is food for our minds and food for our souls, and maybe even food for our spirits. Is that okay? Okay. Oh, I'm hearing some enthusiastic responses. Thank you. That makes me very happy. I like to reach my audience, and I really like my audience to reach back to me. So thank you. So yes, Sean, thank you for introducing my topic, humanity reinventing ourselves, the role of marketing. So I want to lift our minds and our vision a little bit higher with this session. I am, as if you can read it there, I call myself many titles, founder and president, but titles, as Dame Didi said, you know, the titles are secondary, our humanity is first. I've definitely come from that school of thought. I call myself a thought leader and also a paradigm shifter. I call myself a spiritual pioneer. And as I was preparing this presentation, I thought of calling myself an existential thinker. That's a new thought that came to me, because I am pondering on our existence. And that is where this topic comes from. Humanity reinventing ourselves. Well, where are we? Where do we want to go? What does reinvention look like? We've got to give it some thought. And my brain does like to think about that stuff. So here we go. You ready for the journey? Good. Okay, so this is just a quick bit about me. I live in Florence, Italy most of the time now, we can say woohoo, because it is amazing. Florence, Italy, the whole of Italy, it's always fabulous. Different living there, some very real challenges with culture and language, but very grateful. That's all I can say. Grateful to be living there. My roots are from South Africa, also from Namibia, and before that, a whole lot of European mix, and I travel a lot. So I do consider myself to be a global citizen and a global thought leader. So hopefully I'm going to add some value to you on that front, as the topic being humanity. I say humanity is one family, and we span the globe. So hopefully I can add some value to the collective. Okay, so I found myself coming into the year 2024 with the phrase, the new world, which I've just, because I like it is our world. We don't have anywhere else we can go. So we need to treat this world as precious, and we can feel a sense of belonging here. We should, in fact, because things we feel belong to us, we care about. And we should care about our world. And I know you agree with me, so I'm not selling you on anything. But the concept of our new world was very much on my heart and on my mind and in my spirit. And it's like, well, what's new about it? I mean, the world is billions of years old. We've been here for however long. The history books tell us, and scientists and all of that. So what's new about it now? What's different? I have to say it did fill me with hope, feeling that there's something new, there's something fresh on this year, and I really can say that I do feel that. Maybe some people don't. It's like same old, same old. In fact, we're going backwards. I don't believe we're going backwards. I believe we're evolving. We're always evolving. We're always going forwards. Sometimes we take turns for the worse, and then we take turns for the better. But there's a graph, I don't have that graph, where we start out and we have a place where we want to go, and we think we're going to make a straight line, and in between there is the messy middle, and it goes all over the show. So, you know, we're probably somewhere in the messy middle right now, but we have hope, and the human spirit must always have hope. So let's dive into the meaty stuff. That picture is, I was walking actually a couple of weeks ago. I've decided to anchor this talk in this sweatshirt that a young guy. There was like a group of young guys walking in the streets of Florence, and they were all, a couple of them were wearing shirts which had messages on them. But this one really caught my eye, and I felt like, if young people are feeling this, then I'm not the only one sitting in my sort of thought bubble, having more life experience behind me, and feeling like we've derailed and we need to fix something. So this sweatshirt said, "Hold the vision. The world is constantly evolving. It won't be like this forever." You wouldn't say that if you liked where this is now. You'd say like stop evolving planet. I want to park here and live here forever. But this is, and I could just feel the spirit. I could feel the energy. That it's like it's a darker time. It's a tougher time. And but there's hope. The world is constantly evolving, and it won't be like this forever. So I've got some questions there, and we're not going to answer them because I don't have time. But it's just food for thought. What world do we feel? Because we actually do feel our reality. And you know what? Each one of us feels a different world. I see that even with my husband and I, the day that he's had and what's troubled him or what's challenged him or what's been amazing in his world. Well, unless we were doing something together or something that we have a common interest in, that wasn't my reality at all. I was dealing with completely other stuff. So the world I felt on the very same day, on the very same minute and second, was not at all the same world that even my husband, the person closest to me, felt. And that's true for us all, our kids, our co-workers. We're all living in different realities. If we're 8 billion people on the planet, there are 8 billion different worlds, actually. So how are we going to get this all to come together? We better find the true world or the real world or the right world or whatever we want to call it. So it's what world do we feel? What world do we see? Even with your eyes, you can be in the same room. What am I seeing right now? Maybe I'm seeing some women here who I relate to, and I think that's, sister, you're my kindred spirit. Or maybe I think he's a good-looking guy. No, I don't do that. I'm looking at my husband. But you know what I mean? Or the guys are looking at the girls or whatever. Or you're thinking, it's like, how am I going to sign this deal? Whatever we're thinking about, we're all seeing different things. Okay, and what world do we experience as real? I really like that question because I feel that we need to become more conscious of our experiences because we actually move as a whole being through life, and it's like we're on a journey. We're actually walking through life from our birth date to our death date. You're walking through life, and life is taking each one of us on a unique journey. And so I like that concept of what world do we experience as real. So I'm putting us into the collective, but even if we just say, what world do I experience as real? What's my reality? What's the real world for me? So as I said, questions I'm throwing out. The next one is a question mark because it's in the space of that question mark, blank, where I like to spend a lot of time because then we move on to something that we human beings can do. And it's a real amazing gift that we have. And that is, what world do we want? We can imagine. We can create vision. We can create something from where there is nothing. We should not take that for granted. You don't need an education. You don't need to come from the best family. You don't need to be the cleverest and the wealthiest and the whatever person. Your skin color doesn't matter. None of it matters. You're a human being and you can create and you can shape things. And that is one of the most powerful gifts and most powerful tools that each one of us has all the time. And we are in the world of marketing. We get to use that tool for the benefit of the greater good, which is a little sneak preview where I'm going. Okay, so what has happened to us? This is when I just put this together like this, I'm just going to run through it very fast. I was kind of overwhelmed. I kind of said, but because I already know that, we're going through, it's evolving. Like, hello? Okay, you're still there. I was like, well, my human spirit has hope. It sees a future. So it's cool. But as I went through this, I was like, wow, we actually have gone through a lot of hectic transformational things in really a short space of time. So if I just quickly talk it through, because then maybe you'll feel the feelings I had. So we've got the internet revolution, and that in 1969, if I can remember what I researched, it was APNet or ARCnet or something was the sort of the start of the internet as we know it today. So that's 1969. That's recent history. It's not the year 0 or the year minus whatever 5,000. It's very, 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 very recent history. And then 1982 what was that date? Tech people might know, but I think it's when we started calling it the internet. So the internet that we know today really took shape there. So 1969 was foundations, and then the internet, so that actual thing that we all use and know, really sort of became something substantial in 1982. the concept of everybody having a phone, because that's what's made us a global village. That's what's connected all of us. That really became a thing. And I put in inverted commas because, of course, not everybody has a phone, but as good as everybody. I mean, I live in South Africa when I'm not living in Italy, and it's, the gardener, he's got no education, but he's got a phone. Everyone's got a phone. The taxi driver, the homeless person, so everybody has a phone. And that connects us all and gives us all a voice, and makes us makes us one human family. Social media, so in those early dates there, 2004 to 2006, it was YouTube and Facebook. 2016, TikTok started. I thought some of those dates might be interesting. Certainly they are for me. And then, of course, we had a nice little unexpected event happen to us, a pandemic. I mean, not everyone gets to live through a pandemic in the years 2020, 2021 and beyond, but those were really the big years. I don't know if it was the same in America, but that's what it definitely was for us in Italy. And then we've moved. We've moved to being, borderless, one world, ease of moving between countries, even questioning countries. Like I heard those conversations. It's like, well, they're just fake lines drawn on the world. If you look at the globe from space, it doesn't have country lines, so we made it. So is it really real? We just made it. So borderless, genderless, classless, and I call that humanity fights back. I feel like humanity, the human spirit, wants to come out. We want to, we're a room full of humanity. We have all our different stories and businesses and education and whatever we have, but we are humanity. And so it's like humanity, for me, existentially, is we're wanting to come together as one. We are always unique. I like to talk of us like if we're one ocean, we're still separate drops. Even the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, ginormous water masses made up of individual drops. Or if you think of snow, a mountain full of white, but it's still made of individual snowflakes. So we have that unity, what pulls us together, which to me is our humanity, but we also are unique individuals. And I actually love to work with both. How do we come together, and how do we strongly keep our own identity as individuals first and foremost, and then obviously collective identity. I'm American, I'm a Christian, but healthy ones, healthy identities. Not all identities are healthy. Collective identities. So I call that humanity fights back, really feeling from the year 2000 to present. Those dates I took from really the concept of genderless, which I took from, let's see, when same-sex marriages were legislated. And the first dates I got was 2001, even up till 2024. I think Greece has just put some laws into place for same-sex marriages. So that's sort of the genderless thing. We're just starting to make new rules for ourselves. And then Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, that was 2017, 2020. Okay, and I feel all of that has given us a kind of, so that's a lot. That's my heaviest slide, I hope. I believe a growth and existential crisis. It's a lot of stuff in a short space of time. Would you agree with me? Okay, definite yes. Okay, good. Not alone in thinking like, whew, we've come through a lot. Like if my husband used to do canoeing, and you can have lovely, you go down a river in a canoe, little two-man paddling canoe, and if the water's lovely, you can enjoy the beautiful riverbanks, but then you hit rapids, and you can hit some bad rapids, and you can have accidents, and you can fall out, and you can injure yourself. So I think humanity, in our evolutionary journey, we have definitely hit some major rapids, and there's the proof. So I rest my case, Your Honor. Okay, so let's move on. So this is some of how I like to think in pictures, and if you look at the colors on the side there, it's all lovely, different, perfect colors. And then they're being squeezed out, and you see the colors, the blue and the yellow and the green. Those are, you can see they come from the tubes. But then it starts to get messy, and that's where you see the brown. And I feel, particularly going back now to the internet, because that's just changed how we function. Going back to the internet, we have had order, but that order has had class in it. That order has had, religions. My religion is right, your religion is wrong. My political belief is right, yours is wrong. It has had all those boxes, and it's very much divided us, but it's created order. And it was kind of clean, even if not perfect. But now we've thrown everything out. And so I looked up the word sludge, like brown sludge, and there were actually some very gross pictures. And I thought, no, I'm not putting those into my presentation. So I found sludge. This still was called sludge, which is like the earth, and it's dirty and it's probably toxic and it's really gross. This one could be mistaken for chocolate or something. So you're mixing the chocolate in with milk. So I thought, oh, that's quite sweet. I'll show them this picture. So I feel like we've ended up in a place like this right now. And that is part of what makes it so hard. I can tell you, I feel I'm living in that because I try and make order, and the order I make just doesn't want to stay. And like everyone's, you take an interest in something on the internet, and then suddenly I'm on someone's mailing list, and now my email inbox has started to look like Times Square. I mean, it's just a billboard marketing thing. In between, I hope to find the really critical things like pay your taxes, or something about your kids' schooling. So anyway. To me, we're in that state, and we have to laugh. We really have to laugh because I think we're going to get ourselves together collectively. We have to get ourselves out of the sludge, and that is because each one of us, we do have in us a programmed sense of order. Our job is to be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, which means we make order. And we've had everything happen to us, and we don't have the order, but we're going to make the order. Are you with me? Are we going to make the order? Please say yes. There's only one right answer here. Thank you. But when we know what's going on, it somehow doesn't feel so bad, and our human spirit can get going. So I hope that's actually inspiring us in a weird kind of way. Okay, so the new humanity, because I'm talking about humanity reinventing ourselves. There we are, all around the globe. And I'm calling us the new humanity. I actually have started to use the phrase humanity 2.0, borrowed from, guess where? Marketing 2.0, technology 2.0, health 2.0. It's actually a really nice concept. Have I got 5 minutes left? Oh, no. Well, let me go very, very fast. So here's our challenge. We need to restore order. We need to build new vision. We need to make some new rules. And post-COVID, we need to start again and think fresh. Okay? So that's where I think some of the things we should be thinking about. Enter the heroes. That's us. Okay, so the marketers of the world unite. I like us sitting around the table there, all of our computers in a circle, and there's the globe in our midst. I just love that picture, so just wanted to let you all see that. And then we have marketing in our hands, and some of those things that are in our hands, the tool in our hands, is really powerful. Marketing is one of the most powerful tools because it's communication. And yes, we have products and services to sell in a business, to run and make profitable. But if we look at some of those words, there's the word relationships, there's the word creative, there's the word concepts, there's the word communication. So we can use marketing to change the world. And we should. We should. We're up front. We are the talkers. It's our job. I really believe that. Not the teachers, not the politicians. Everybody does their job, but we've got the big job. We've got the big communication job, and I want to make that very clear to us. We have the big communication job. Okay, so to make it relevant to business, I just quickly have 2 examples. One is Dubai Airport. There's an emotional side, supersize your options, and then if I can read, with over 170 flights a week to the US, you can go stateside anytime. So that's the business side. So here's a company that is appealing to the emotions, communicating a message that has nothing to do with flying, and of course there's the business, the bottom line as well. And another example, a true advisor knows where you really want to go. That's referring to an inner journey. Again, that's that philosophical, that's where the existential, that's where taking us higher can fit in. And then it's an advisor on your wealth. So that's the business side. So I'm sure we all know this, but I thought I had to spell it out. We have no excuse. So just love that, heart and mind. Often I think the woman-female energy, let's say we all have male-female energy. Female pulls to the male pulls to the mind, the female pulls to the heart. But at the end of the day, the D went away. It's supposed to say mind. I needed to probably reduce the font. It needs to be a happy relationship. It needs to be a happy partnership. And so I really want to release permission that I want to ask the men, please embrace us. We are heart-led. You are mind-led. Generalizing grossly, and you're free to be a woman saying, no, I want my mind to lead, and a man to say, well, excuse me, I want my heart to lead. Go for it. Be yourself. But we need to achieve the partnership. And And then I just love this image and also this quote: create with the heart, build with the mind. And on our marketing teams, we will have people with different strengths, and we do need to see that. And you can be dual. You can be really good in your mind and really good in your heart, which to me is a super evolved human. So I think we all should evolve both sides. But anyway, we are where we are right now. And so that's supposed to be the top side is the mind, and underneath there's a beautiful heart. That's the root system, and that's nourishing that healthy plant, that healthy tree. So call to action. You can make a difference. And then what does it say there? And I'm almost done. I will. So not just I want to, I think I can, but having that determination. Like I'm taking this on. This is my challenge. And again, if not me, then who? If not you, then who? So it's like I say, I'm part of the solution, not the problem, and I want to make the world a better place on my watch. And I actually say the world will be a better place on my watch. I'm very fierce about it. But I'm a woman with fire energy, so it's actually quite a great challenge for someone like me. And any one of you with fire energy, you'll probably agree with me. Okay, and the other thing is I really love the phrase of positive marketing, that we actually think of our marketing not just as marketing, but that we call it positive marketing and we call it aligned marketing, just as a concept that we have at the back of our mind or the front of our mind. During COVID, I was actually led to buy this book by Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking, and I just sewed it into Florence. I thought, it's English. Can they read it? It's like, well, there's also international people. I went around Florence. I put it at the Statue of David, and I put it at the Ponte Vecchio, and I was just because, like, hey, this was early days of COVID. I don't know what's happening to the world, and I just had on my spirit positive, positive, positive. So we can take our marketing tool and we can help us get out of that sludge in a fun way, in a powerful way, in an effective way. And there's no question about it. The question is, will we do it? Will we take on the call? And that's the end. So my life mission is change the world, love wins. I liked how that looked graphically, so it's not all perfectly to read. And if you want to get hold of me, I love to share. I really feel quite strongly called to speak. Businesses, helping government how to think, because it certainly shouldn't be about politics and money, but it should be about leadership. I call myself a world leader. I actually have it on my business card. So please get hold of me, and let's make the world a better place together. Let's get out the sludge. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Sorry if I went over.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicola Middleton.
Thank you. It's been just a pleasure to share with you. I felt really great sharing, so thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. That speech was fire. Thank you for changing the world in a positive way.
Thank you.